Hope you're doing well. Welcome to episode 11. Let's get started. Our first word is agenda, which is a noun that is defined as a list or plan of things to be done or addressed, especially at a meeting or conference. For example, the agenda for the meeting included discussing the company's financial report, upcoming projects, and team building activities. Our second word is agent, which is a noun that is defined as a person or thing that takes an active role or produces a specified effect. It is also defined as a person who represents another person or company in a particular business or financial transaction. It is also defined as a person who works secretly on behalf of a government or organization. For example, the real estate agent helped the couple find their dream home and negotiated a good deal on their behalf. Our third word is agglomerate, which is a verb or a noun. The verb is defined as to collect or gather into a mass or cluster. The noun is defined as a mass or cluster of things or particles. An example for the verb would be, the construction workers agglomerated the gravel and stones to form a strong foundation for the building. An example for the noun would be, the agglomerate of stars formed a beautiful constellation in the night sky. Our fourth word is agglutinant, which is an adjective or a noun. The adjective is defined as having the quality or property of sticking or adhering, especially strongly. The noun is defined as a substance that causes things to stick or adhere. An example for the adjective would be, the agglutinant properties of the glue made it perfect for repairing broken ceramics. An example for the noun would be, the agglutinant in the paint helped it adhere to the surface more effectively. Our fifth word is aggrandize, which is a verb that is defined as to increase the power, wealth, status, or reputation of someone or something, often through exaggerated, often untrue, or unfair means. For example, the CEO hired a PR firm to aggrandize his public image and make him appear more successful than he actually was. Our sixth word is aggravate, which is a verb that is defined as to make a problem, situation, or condition worse or more serious, especially by making someone feel annoyed, irritated, or frustrated. For example, the loud music from the neighbor's party only served to aggravate my headache. Our seventh word is aggregate, which is a verb that is defined as to gather, collect, or assemble something into a single mass, whole, or group. For example, the researchers need to aggregate the data from multiple sources to get a comprehensive picture of the problem. Our eighth word is aggress, which is a verb that is defined as to initiate or engage in an attack or hostile action against someone or something. For example, the dog may aggress against strangers if it feels threatened or insecure. Our ninth word is aggression, which is a noun that is defined as hostile or violent behavior or attitudes towards another, readiness to attack or confront. For example, the company's aggressive tactics have put it in conflict with its competitors. Our 10th word is aggressive, which is an adjective that is defined as having or showing a tendency to behave in a forceful or hostile manner, ready to attack or confront. For example, the coach encouraged his players to be aggressive on defense and not hold back. Our 11th word is aggrieve, which is a verb that is defined as to cause someone to feel distressed, wronged, or unfairly treated. For example, the mistreatment of workers at the factory aggrieved the labor union and its members. Our 12th word is aggro, which is a noun that is defined as shortened form of aggravation, aggressive or hostile behavior or attitude. For example, the bar bouncer had to deal with a lot of aggro from unruly customers. Our 13th word is aghast, which is an adjective that is defined as filled with shock, horror, or amazement, especially as a result of something incredibly surprising or frightening. For example, the villagers were aghast when they discovered the mutilated body of the missing child. Our 14th word is agile, which is an adjective that is defined as able to move quickly, easily, and gracefully, mentally alert and adaptable. For example, the cat's agile movements allowed it to easily navigate through the cluttered room. Our 15th word is agility, which is a noun that is defined as the ability to move quickly, easily, and gracefully, mental quickness and adaptability. For example, the gymnast's agility and flexibility were crucial to her success in the competition. Our 16th word is aging, which is an adjective that is defined as growing old or showing the effects of the passage of time. For example, the aging rock star still put on an energetic and engaging performance for his fans. Our 17th word is agita, which is a noun that is defined as a feeling of agitation, anxiety, or nervousness. For example, the thought of having to give a speech in front of a large audience always gave him a case of agita. Our 18th word is agitprop, which is a noun that is defined as political propaganda, especially in art or literature, that is used to promote a particular political point of view or ideology. For example, the government's agitprop campaign was aimed at persuading citizens to support their policies. Our 19th word is aglow, which is defined as glowing or radiating light filled with light or warmth. For example, the sky was aglow with the colors of the setting sun. Our 20th word is agnet, which is an adjective that is defined as related on the father's side of the family, having the same male ancestor. For example, the Agnet cousins shared a surname that had been passed through several generations of their family. Our 21st word is agnostic, which is a noun that is defined as a person who believes that the existence of God or a higher power cannot be proven or disproven, or who is unsure about the existence of God. For example, Sarah describes herself as an agnostic because she believes that it is impossible to know whether God exists or not. Our 22nd word is ago, which is an adverb that is defined as in the past, before the present time. For example, the Great Pyramids of Egypt were built over 4,000 years ago. Our 23rd word is agog, which is an adjective that is defined as very eager or curious to hear or see something. For example, the crowd was agog with anticipation as the famous musician took the stage. Our 24th word is agonize, which is a verb that is defined as to suffer mental or physical pain or torment, to struggle or wrestle with a decision or dilemma. For example, the athlete had to agonize over the decision to withdraw from the race due to a knee injury. Our 25th word is agony, which is a noun that is defined as extreme physical or mental suffering, intense pain or anguish. For example, the injured hiker was in agony as he waited for rescue to arrive. Our 26th word is agora, which is a noun that is defined as a public open space used for assemblies, markets, and other gatherings in ancient Greece. It is also defined as a marketplace or public square in a modern city, often associated with commerce or social interaction. It is also defined as the center or hub of various social or political activities in a community. For example, the Agora in Athens was a bustling marketplace where merchants from all over the region came to sell their goods, while the Agora in the modern city serves as a popular gathering place for locals and tourists alike. Our 27th word is agrarian, which is an adjective that is defined as relating to cultivated land or the cultivation of land. For example, the agrarian lifestyle of the rural community was centered around farming and agriculture. Our 28th word is agree, which is a verb that is defined as to have the same opinion or feeling, to be in harmony or accord with someone or something. It is also defined as to give consent or approval, to reach an understanding or make a decision by mutual consent. It is also defined as to make a compromise or come to an agreement with someone. For example, The two sides were finally able to agree on a compromise that satisfied both parties and resolved the long-standing dispute. Our 29th word is agreement, which is a noun that is defined as harmony or accordance in opinion or feeling, a consensus. It is also defined as a negotiated and typically legally binding arrangement between parties as to a course of action. For example, the agreement between the two countries paved the way for increased trade and cooperation in a variety of fields, including technology and agriculture. Our 30th word is agriculture, which is a noun that is defined as the science, art, or practice of cultivating the soil, producing crops, and raising livestock for human consumption. For example, agriculture is a vital industry that provides food and other resources to people all over the world, and is a cornerstone of many national and local economies. Our 31st word is aground, which is an adjective that is defined as touching or stuck on the ground or the bottom of a body of water, especially when it is not intended or desirable. It is also defined as of a ship or boat having run aground and unable to move. For example, the stranded boat was aground on the shallow reef and the crew worked frantically to try and free it before the next high tide. Our 32nd word is ahead, which is an adverb that is defined as in or toward the front, in advance of, before in time or position. It is also defined as in the direction that one is facing or traveling, forward. It is also defined as onward in progress or development, forward in time. For example, the finish line was just ahead, and the runner picked up her pace as she approached it. Our 33rd word is ahoy, which is defined as used to call attention or to greet someone, especially a sailor. It is also defined as used as a greeting or exclamation. For example, ahoy there, matey, how's the sea treating you today? Our 34th word is aid, which is a noun and a verb. The noun is defined as assistance or support given to those in need. The noun is also defined as a person or thing that helps or assists someone. The verb is defined as to provide assistance or support, to help. An example for the noun is the aid provided by the charity organization was crucial in helping the victims of the natural disaster. An example for the verb would be the doctor rushed to aid the injured person on the street. Our 35th word is aid, which is a noun that is defined as an assistant to an important person, especially a political leader. It is also defined as a person who helps another person, often in a subordinate role. For example, the president's aide handed him a folder containing important documents for the meeting. Our 36th word is aigrette, which is a noun that is defined as a spray of feathers or other decorative plumes, especially as worn in a hat or used as a fashion accessory. It is also defined as a white egret or heron, especially when adorned with plumes during breeding season. It is also defined as a brooch or other ornament resembling a spray of feathers. For example, the actress's costume was embellished with a beautiful aigrette, which added a touch of elegance to her outfit. Our 37th word is ail, which is a verb that is defined as to cause pain or discomfort, to trouble or afflict. It is also defined as to be unwell or suffer from an illness or disease. It is also defined as to be troubled or burdened by something. For example, the athlete's injury continued to ail him throughout the season, and he had to sit out several games as a result. Our 38th word is aileron, which is a noun that is defined as a movable flap on the wing of an aircraft used to control the aircraft's rolling and banking movements. It is also defined as a similar flap on the tail of an aircraft used to control its pitch. For example, the pilot adjusted the ailerons to bank the plane smoothly to the left, allowing the passengers to get a better view of the scenic landscape below. Our 39th word is ailing, which is an adjective that is described as unwell, weak, or in poor health. It is also defined as declining or deteriorating in strength or quality. For example, the ailing patient was unable to leave her bed, and her family gathered around to provide comfort and support. Our 40th word is ailment, which is a noun that is defined as an illness or disease, a physical or mental disorder. It is also defined as a minor health problem or complaint, especially one that is chronic or persistent. For example, the doctor prescribed a treatment to manage the patient's chronic ailment, which had been causing her discomfort for years. Our 41st word is aim, which is a verb and a noun. The verb is defined as to point or direct a weapon, object, or body part towards a target. The verb is also defined as to intend or plan to do something, to have a particular goal or objective in mind. The noun is defined as the direction or purpose towards which something is aimed. An example for the verb is, the archer aimed carefully and let the arrow fly, hitting the bullseye in the center of the target. An example for the noun is, the company's aim was to expand its business overseas, and it invested heavily in marketing and infrastructure to achieve this goal. Our 42nd word is air, which is a noun and a verb. The noun is defined as the invisible gaseous substance surrounding the earth, consisting of a mixture of gases, primarily nitrogen and oxygen, as serving as the medium for transmission of sound, heat, and other phenomena. The noun is also defined as the atmosphere, the space above and around the earth. The verb is defined as to expose to the open air, to ventilate or freshen. An example for the noun is, the high-altitude balloon soared through the air, providing valuable data about the atmosphere and weather patterns. An example for the verb would be, the room was stuffy and needed to be aired out, so the windows were open to let in the fresh air. Our 43rd word is airborne, which is an adjective that is defined as carried by the air, especially by the wind. It is also defined as involving or relating to military personnel or equipment that is transported by aircraft. It is also defined as suspended in the air, not touching the ground. For example, the pollen from the trees was airborne, causing allergy sufferers to experience sneezing and watery eyes. Our 44th word is aircraft, which is a noun that is defined as any machine that is capable of flying through the air, such as an airplane, helicopter, or glider. For example, the airport was filled with a variety of aircraft, from small private planes to large commercial airlines. Our 45th word is airdrop, which is a noun and a verb. The noun is defined as the delivery of supplies, equipment, or personnel from an aircraft by parachute, typically to an isolated or otherwise inaccessible location. The verb is defined as to deliver something from an aircraft by parachute. An example for the noun would be, the airdrop of food and medicine was critical for the survival of the villagers who had been cut off from the outside world for weeks. An example for the verb would be, the military decided to airdrop reinforcements to the troops who were pinned down and surrounded by enemy forces. Our 46th word is airily, which is an adverb that is defined as in a lighthearted or carefree manner, with a lack of concern or seriousness. For example, she waved her hand airily and said, "Oh, don't worry about it, it's no big deal." Our 47th word is airline, which is a noun that is defined as a company that provides regular flights for passengers and or cargo between two or more destinations. For example, I always fly with this airline because I find their prices and service to be the best. Our 48th word is airplane, which is a noun that is defined as a powered flying vehicle with fixed wings and a weight greater than that of the air it displaces, designed to be supported by the air when in flight. For example, the airplane took off smoothly from the runway and soared into the sky. Our 49th word is airport, which is a noun that is defined as a place where aircraft regularly take off and land, equipped with facilities for passengers and cargo. For example, we arrived at the airport 3 hours before our flight to allow enough time to check in and go through security. Our 50th word is airtight, which is an adjective that is defined as sealed tightly so that no air can enter or escape, impervious to air. For example, the airtight container kept the food fresh and prevented any odors from escaping. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode.